excited. Hi, this is Kim.
And I'm Jess.
And we are the girls of I Want to Be Different in 2016. Yeah. And I am very excited. I came running down here to our new space.
She was late.
Yeah. I was a lot of late, really. And I'm always the one that's like, Jess, are you there? When are you coming? We're going to do this in 15 minutes, in 30 minutes. So, yeah, she was on me this time. I was like... I was like, but we are so excited to be back with you all. It's been a couple of weeks that we've done, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, that we've done like a fresh new video. We've been posting some of our throwbacks, and we hope that you've enjoyed those and been helped by those and got some tidbits of information that could help you in 2016.
Absolutely. So we just kind of wanted to take this time to not only welcome you to 2016, but as we said, it's been a few weeks, so we didn't want to go back to our weekend because it was kind of multiple weekends, and we thought, where do we start? So we said, let's just take this time and kind of just share upon what's on our heart for what God has for I Want to Be Different this year, or just in our lives. I hope you all are praying at the start of 2016 for, just a vision from God, just what He wants to do in your life this year. What does He want you to focus on? What does He just want you to be more aware of? And so for me, it was, they're simple and it's kind of big, but I just feel like, don't miss God.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, I have a whole probably something that would just rock everybody's world, but I think that it's not necessarily that we miss God, but because I think that people are like, well, His will be done and His will be done. But I do think that many times that we just we need to take a minute and we need to realize, is this God or is this me? Or is this something else altogether? So don't miss God, don't rush God. I just felt that upon my heart about, just about things, that we get in a hurry for what's next. So don't rush God and don't plan for God. I'm guilty of this. Yeah. I plan.
What He's going to do, how He's going to do it.
Joyce says it. We plan, and then we ask God to bless our plan. And I do it, and I've caught myself doing it too often, even still. Even after I know that I do it. I know, it's stupid.
Isn't that something? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yes. Exactly. So those were the three things that I just kind of felt that were some things that I just want to kind of be aware of.
No, that's really good, Jess. Yeah, that's real good. So are you waiting on me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you got? Besides your 3 o'clock post.
I've realized that just because we're in a new year, oh, wait, and I will take my time to explain this. We have to explain this. So we're in a new area, and you can keep me on track. We're in a new area. So much has happened. I think that what Jess was talking about is a segue into this. God just takes us wherever He wants us to go. So much has happened. And we have just been kind of riding the wave of whatever God puts before us. And I think that's so important, that you got to ride that wave, even though it doesn't look like what you may have planned in your mind.
You may think you're going backwards.
Even if you're rowing forward, you'll be like, wait, is this going? You are absolutely correct. So we're in this new space. We're still at work, and we do this on our lunchtime, and we're so grateful to God that He just keeps ordering our steps, and we just keep following. And one thing that I love about our conversations when we're talking, we'll set out a plan. We'll text each other and say, hey, what do you think about doing this? And then at a certain point in our text messages, we'll say, well, we'll just allow God to let us know what we need to do for this part of it. We always do that on purpose to keep Him first and to give Him room, because this is all about Him anyway. So we're in this space. We're in the cafeteria at our jobs now. And we're here because we were recording in Jess's office. She's got a promotion that that other...
Okay. Wow, it wasn't a promotion.
It's a promotion in my talk.
Okay. I like Kim Post Talk. I'm all about Kim Post Talk.
Jess was blessed to move into another opportunity that God had set before her. And it's something that's been on her heart for a long time. It didn't happen overnight. There were some things she had to go through to get there. but she walked it out. And so we were recording in her office, where y'all know where the airplanes were behind us, and one was always going through my head. Yeah, so we're not there anymore. So she's in a new area that doesn't quite allow for this type of
so
this type
here
of
we are
setup. So
in the cafeteria with the arcade behind us.
Yes.
So if you hear like rock music or like some guy yelling, it's the game.
Yes, but I absolutely love it because it is still God. You know, we keep going and we don't make excuses and say, well, I thought we were going to be able to record in your office for this amount of time, and man, I wish it was a little bit warmer outside.
Or it's not perfect, so we won't do it.
Yeah.
Or let's just stop doing it for now, because
oh my goodness, because sometimes you'll think that sometimes opposition is kind of pushing you to like say, oh well, I guess this is not the will of God. But you know what? I think that confident assurance that you are in the will of God, and there it goes. You've been warned. So you've been warned, but I laugh all the time and I just love it because God is just different. He's different than anything we could ever imagine. Good. And we try to, we just try to figure him out and say that he's going to go this way. It's going to look like this. And our background should look like whatever. And we shouldn't have rock music playing in the background. But it's still all God. He knew about it way before we got here.
He's having a good time right now, too.
He seriously is. But I believe that these moments, and this is something that I was going to talk about, I heard T.D. Jakes said the other day, I believe that these moments are building the foundation. He gave this example that was just really good. He said that when you're building a skyscraper, oh, that was so good. When you're building a skyscraper, you don't start on solid ground. They actually dig like for days, for years, I believe. They're digging so deep because this skyscraper has to have a foundation that will help it not to fall when it gets windy. So with these skyscrapers, they are like digging and digging and digging. And that's what he says about our lives. He was basically saying that, you know, when you're those things that happen that don't, that are not a part of your plan, that you would have thought like, man, I didn't think this was going to happen. I didn't think she was going to get a promotion at this particular time. We're right in the middle of I Want to Be Different, you know, and we just finished up a year. Why would God change that? You know, but when you're going through those moments, you have to look at it, and first of all, you have to be aware that God is with you all of the time. And he knew about the thing before you even got there. So you just have to, like we said, ride his wave. It is his plan. And because we know in our hearts that we've given this thing over to God, even though he gave us the idea, and I even love just sometimes thinking about how this whole thing came up. Even the name I Want to Be Different, I got to go back there too. So yes, we did.
But we probably did, yeah.
We did, but you know,
it started off as a stupid show. Though. Did we tell them that?
I laugh every time.
Hey,
I always felt that God was doing something with us, but I didn't know. I cannot say that I knew. I just felt like God was doing something, and so I knew it was something that he wanted us to do together, and it was talking wise, because we were always doing that, and we were kind of always being just ourselves and kind of silly with it too. And I felt like God wanted to use that. And so those things, I just want to stop right there and say those things, wow, every time. Those things that are part of your personality that you might think, you know, sometimes they might irritate other people. I don't know. Sometimes God wants to use those things to minister to other people, to help them. I mean,
I didn't hear that because I just heard you irritate me.
I did not.
Is that what she just said?
Well, okay, moving on.
Sometimes.
But yeah, and ever since then, when Jess was in her office and she had that moment, and she was just, the presence of God was all over her, seriously. She probably didn't know it, but I saw it. And she was just talking about, you know, God and just thinking that were going on. And then she all of a sudden said, Kim, I want to be different. And I freaked out, as I always do. I'm the freaker outer of us. Yeah. And I said, Jess, that's it. That's the name of our show. And ever since then, we've been going. It has not been perfect at all. But it's so good, Jess.
Perfect.
I'm serious. We laugh. We laugh at it. And we're just like, okay, God's up to something. Even our first video, do you remember the welcome video? We could have just shut down because of that. The wind started blowing, and we didn't know. We actually, you guys got to check out
some videos, the critiques we've gotten. Well, I mean,
Please
we've gotten
talk
good and
about
bad.
that. Please talk about that.
But I mean, we've gotten people that have told us a lot of different things. I mean, and some of it's helpful. You need to hear. You know what? You need some people to just tell you the truth sometimes, and sometimes it's not easy to take, but it's good.
That's true.
And sometimes, honestly, we don't have the means to be able to do, you know,
what it is that people think we need to do.
So all that, there have been so many great people who've given us great advice. But just so you know, whatever you do, somebody's going to have some kind of opinion about it.
You are preaching.
So just,
that's where that confidence in what God, God has called you to do.
Yeah, you just got to.
Yeah, you have to. And you have to be and you have to love to do it. You know, this is something. Okay. Yep.
I hear you. And then you go to God with it. And if you feel like it's right, then you do it. And
that's what we planned. We talked about that as well, that we will always keep God at the forefront. And he'll give us that peace about it. Like somebody suggested something to us, and it was crazy. I won't say any names. I know. And Jess's face was just like, oh my goodness, you should have saw. I knew she would never
say that.
But we knew what this person was suggesting was not what would be something that God would want us to do. Yeah. We didn't say it was wrong. And what he was saying was wrong. And that's another thing, that you might want to pay attention to this year. He or she. There you go.
It was me. She's gone. All right, for sake of keeping this video at a certain time.
Okay, I think I'm actually done.
Okay.
And I do just want to end out by saying that just because it's the new year, it doesn't mean that old things still won't happen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that, you still probably have that issue with your child for a little bit, because I know my daughter this is the first week that they got back to school, and I got an email from her teacher, So, I mean, stuff is still going to happen, but you make it a new year. You choose to be happy. You choose to enjoy life. You choose how you're going to handle that situation. But all of that, the sensitivity to knowing how to handle all of that, it comes from being in the Word of God. Bottom line, we started our years with that, and we're going to always begin a new year with that and end it out all of the time. So, yeah. And I think that's it.
So, thanks again for joining us on this first video of 2016 for us. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. You can like us there. YouTube, you can subscribe so that you get alerts and everything. And so, this is fun, people.
It is. Come on,
you're having fun, right?
and plus, I think we have such great attitudes for fasting. We are doing a fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are. Oh, my Lord. I thought
by the end of it, we should take before and after pictures. I'm going to lose 10 pounds.
We are, and we thank Amanda. She's in the UK for doing the fast with us. She
you can message Kim for support. Because
what is that saying?
Because I'm barely supporting myself.
Jess has done. This is her third year.
I'm doing pretty good this year.
Yes, so. The first one. I thought I was going to lose. I thought I was going to lose her.
You nearly did.
But we're doing great. We're just doing what God's told us to do, and we're good with it. That's just the bottom line.
Instagram as well. Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Yes. And we will be back to talk about our weekend next time.
Yes.
So be sure to stay tuned and check us out.
Yes.
All right.
Happy New Year.